Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Today's gonna be pretty chill because I am tired. I'm also not having the best of days, which is why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy XIV, the game that always makes me feel better and doesn't make me cry, ever. That's a lie. I knew you could do it, not only because of your blessing. You have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the Warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going together, needless to say, to the bitter end. The fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fae folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions. But I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for all of us when I say I've had a belly full of Ilmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. Alright. To the Crystarium. Didn't want to do that. I didn't mean to use that. Oh well. Did I turn on my lamp? I did. You think I'd notice considering it's right under my second monitor, but I tend to forget. Because, you know, it's a lamp. You don't think too much about lamps. Hello, person. You were just talking to them, too. I'm gonna need to change some of this outfit to, like, purple or something. Because the all-black works in a lot of things. In this, it does not.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
True.
Yes. Yulmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Soulless? Yep, that's soulless.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
Yep.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emmett Selk, Asian.
There it is.
Gaius spoke of you. A native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us.
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
Following the flood, the first had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink.
Yeah.
And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habre did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
What?
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Interesting. Don't know how I feel about that. Really quick before we continue, though. I want to leave the boots black. Dye. See, I just don't like how that... fuck it. Pants. See, I like how that looks. See, I don't love how this scarf looks. Alright, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna redye this black for now. There's my black. Going to dye that back black for now. Alright, let's continue.
Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder. But first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Umbra. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've at least earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more.
Okay. Da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Do 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 do. Hello. I would like to go to bed, please. Yes. Not bad. I hope the past few days have not been overtaxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around.
That's good.
A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Don't worry, Ardbird. I'm gonna save your friends. It's gonna be a little while, but I'm gonna do it.
You mean Seto? Well, that's... I suppose you're right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
I like Ardbird a lot. Good evening to you, miss. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the ocular. He asked that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Alright. Blue. Do do do. Do 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 do. Okay, we will do that later. Let me in, please.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Is it Soren? Or So, whatever the fuck his name is? Solus.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe.
Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
It would be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Okay. I may have to, you know what? I don't like this look. We're gonna do a little beauty gaming here for a second. All right. No. There we go. That's a little better. Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather the ruins of a church, at Fort Job. Might I ask you that you go there before seeking out Y'shtola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within that hall there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove of use to Y'shtola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart for Raktika, we shall journey unto Fort Job that we might secure this relic. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm so close to level 78. I have 2 levels left before I'm at the max level. Speak with Uberdanger. Ugh. What's up, buddy? Here, amidst the ruins, we find the Church of the First Light, and within that hallowed hall, the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. Enhanced plunge. Oh, so now I have 2 charges for it. Nice. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites serve not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh everyone and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from the fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet, where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Interesting. Because up until this point, we have been, like, we have been told, light, good, light, very, very good, good. But it makes sense that, like your doctor said, all things in moderation. You can't just have candy all the time. You have to have vegetables. And in this case, I think it's quite obvious that, like, all light equals nothing. The absence of experience. And all dark equals all chaos. So there has to be a medium. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now have always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark. It's Dark Souls, baby. And its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls do not belong to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. Who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed. 'Twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Often, many times, did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Ishtola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. A lot of talking in this game. Oh nice, it's one of these games. Uberdanger. With the tablet a fragment of Holy Scripture, 'twould most assuredly rest here on this altar. Yet this would, I presume, also have been where the Blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whither then would they have set the tablet?
Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. Aha! I had to zoom in. Within the altar, thou sayest. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we speak. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I'm not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Ishtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pain to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the Blessed that one's own name must ne'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases masters their disciples. So it is that Ishtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the god who keepeth vigil at the great woods border. Okay. What is happening in chat? So, way over there, are we? Okay. Before I continue, I will be right back. Give me just a moment. I'm going to turn on idling camera. That way you're not just staring at nothing. I'll be right back.
Look at that lizard go. Hey, it's Urianje's back. Oh, God, I'm hurting today. Alrighty. Well met, traveler. What brings you here? Yes, of course. Right away.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
"'Tis plain our Ascian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the Light Warden remaineth, the Sin Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed succumb. 2 years past, a swarm of Sin Eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. For a mercy, Y'shtola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps, to Fort Gurn. This area is also very large.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them! These senators, they're not like the others.
'Cause we're not.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
I almost went with Kupo, but that didn't seem
Perhaps they
appropriate.
speak the truth.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runar, report.
Master Matoya!
It's Y'shtola.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
I ate a couple light
It's
wardens.
passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
You have been busy since arriving in the first, I gather. But I would hear the tale of your travels in a more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knight's Blessing has made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through the yonder gate and you'll find me soon enough.
Very cool. I love that she's been here long enough that the hero of light appears to be a monster to her because of how the monsters in this area work.
There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Twelves would, this forest is a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed.
Neum. I haven't gotten any job quests. At least none that have propagated. Yeah, I'm level 78 and I haven't seen any new job quests pop up. I've gotten a couple of jobs. Like job abilities, but I haven't gotten any like job quests. Hold on. Actions and traits. Traits. Enhanced plunge allows you to accumulate the accumulation of charges for consecutive uses. To flood of shadow and edge of shadow respectfully, so that does more damage. Okay. Roll. Actions. So I don't get another one until 80. It's the simulacrum. Costs 50 blood gauge. Let's move interject and provoke around. I should do. Hey, Ishtola.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
Yeah.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
So Thancred's been here for 5 years. Ishtola and Urianger for 2 or 3. Excuse me.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika.
Yeah, I'd like to kill it, please.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Wow, and Ishtola's good.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
It's true.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
He does.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Ishtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Ishtola, don't hold back.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alize and Elfino have changed since arriving in the First. You're right. And after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worst. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runer at the plaza. Okay. Welcome. Sorry. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium. I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika? Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Excuse me. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priests slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. If she who drove them back with her sage guidance were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again. Now that she is with us, I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us. We are grateful for all she does in the service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence to the dark. In a word, yes. But fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. He went way over there. Well, let me get this Amaro key first. This way.
Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment, that I might rid you of the light's impurity? Okay, so slash kneel. That sound wasn't great. Spooner lightly sprays you with water. Your skin begins to tingle. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way?
Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before.
I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange.
The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect. Unless... By the gods, Master Matoya was right! You are Sin Eaters! I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta. In the language of Ruta, it was one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe.
Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone.
Ah. You need not worry. Simply speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you as a friend of the blessed. I will await you here. Now, go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Oh, I actually have to do the typey thingy. Excuse me. Alright, let's go say hi to some people. Alin Tuta. She didn't say nothing to me. Is that Moogle's little poofy poof a different color? I think it is.
Ah, newly come traveler. Alin Chisi, and welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet, taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods.
Oh. All my bones are creaking. I hurt my leg yesterday, and ever since I've just been like sore. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the thing. Alan Tuta. Alan Chissy. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will help keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Great. Back to our boy.
Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community.
Da, 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 da. Ah, you've returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we've had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. A friend of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. I'd be happy to help my friendly lion man. Leonin, maybe? I don't know. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug of water and water the crops in the square.
May I help too?
Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other can do the watering. Speak with Ercible when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Did I attune to the ether right here?
Right then. I'll fill you water.
I don't think I attuned to the thingy. Hey, a blue quest. Okay, I grabbed this blue quest. Because it's probably an ether current.
You're that guest Master Matoya was talking about. Please, you have to help me. I've searched high and low, but I can't find my friend Karnas anywhere. I fear he's run off to Fort Gone again. It's where we grew up, but it was abandoned years ago after the Sin Eaters attacked. The place is teeming with all manner of beasts now, and Master Matoya has expressly forbidden anyone from stepping foot there. I don't know what's gotten into him lately, but we have to find him before he gets hurt. If you should find him first, you'll want to tell him our password. Tuk-tu. He's the skittish sort, so don't delay in telling him so he knows you mean no harm.
Did I? I didn't. Golly gee, I'm glad I did. We'll change the home point too. We'll do this first, and then we'll go on to that. I have 45 seconds. Dang! Caddy was soloing Ifrit. Those are a little less than fun. I have 30 seconds this time. "15 seconds!"
Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. Oh, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I've been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Todia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There's no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is the history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they hold dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin-eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness, and in that truth they found new faith. A belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray. For the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss. For the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive.
Hey, Runar. What's up, bud? Done tended to the crops already? Very good. Should not be long before your room is ready. Runar! In the woods. Sin Eaters. I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest. For mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherborough. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Todia's Heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Can't read. Of all the times for the Sin Eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days past, Todia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All of the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the heartstone to the deceased at their funeral, as an offering to the heavens, but now... Ow. I need to sit up straight. What if I could find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the Light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descendant from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need, and I can help. Please, let me do this. Very well. But if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? I'll come with you. Thank you. With you on my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. All right. Luckily, we're going in the same direction. Yeah. Both the Ether Current quest and the main quest are in about the same area. And then I'm gonna have to run around and see if I can grab all the Ether Currents. May do that between episodes too. Sorry, sending in quick text.
There, the Sin Eaters.
Oh shit, those ones are no joke.
I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Good idea. I'll draw one away while you handle the other.
God, I'm tired. I hope I don't have to end early, but I am like so tired today, and I cannot tell you why. Alright. Alright, almost done. Man, I really want to level Black Mage again now. Now that I decided I want to do Black Mage. Really want to do Black Mage again. I like Red Mage, I do. But I love how Black Mage works. Oh yeah. Tukutu. Oh god, do I have to like find his hiding place first? Okay. There's also spelling it wrong. Oh, good.
Umbra. There you are. It's done, though I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that Heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in that brush.
Oh, good lordy, Lou. This search area is massive. Oh. I see a thing. Alright, so first spot. Nothing. Hey, I found it. Awesome. No. Did you have any luck? It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a woman of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slitherbow. Runar and the others are probably worried. Oh, my poor stomach. My poor tummy is very upset with me right now. And I'm gonna have to check something. I'm gonna have to check my email after auditions today. Or after streaming today. I just got an email that might be a gig. It's always wonderful. Especially after today when I felt like shit. I don't get it. I really don't. The days I feel like I'm a worthless piece of shit and don't know what I'm doing when it comes to my job, which is voiceover, always end up being the days where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get work today. I don't know why I always get work when I've like, on the days I give up, but it always happens and I'm starting to hate it. Because it's like, why do I have to feel like I'm a piece of shit and don't know what I'm doing to get work anymore? Oh my god, really? There we go. Okay. Oh my god, I need to go all the way back to him. I was hoping I could go back to the main... Alright. Come on, boy. Luckily, I can just port over to the Aetheryte. These are big-ass trees. Let's give that guy a wide berth. Yes, there you go. Thank you. I should be fine now after a bit of rest. Cool. Should I be doing all these side quests? Probably. Do I have time to right now? No. Oh, thank goodness you're safe. I had begun to fear the worst. Oh, God, my shoulders. Ugh. By all that is dark, you found it! We can proceed with her service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits until the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be felled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. Oh, Foot is falling asleep. Stop it! I must insist you and your friends attend Todia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please, go and inform the others it will be held in the Darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Foot is asleep.
Umbra and I learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away. And we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were sin eaters and...
As long as she accompanied you. But do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse.
How did you...
Let's just say a little bird told me. And it's telling me now that Umbra has business with us.
Is something the matter? They've asked us to attend the service. Of course we'll go. It's being held in the Darker, is it? Well, take care not to be too late, I promise.
Okay. Oh. I found a knot in my shoulder. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a knot right there. Aw, yikers. It sucks getting older, man. The elderly woman hands you a candle. She then points over at a nearby corner where you might place it. Ooh, I actually get to put it down. That's neat. Oh.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul onto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
Dang.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks.
Of course, Ishtola.
The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact.
Oh?
Urianger and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Alright, Y'shtola, you've caught my attention. Alright, before we do this, I'm gonna check something really quick. What is this? Oh, okay. Well, that's... I appreciate that. So I did not get hired for that gig. But the person sent me a message being like, no thank you. And I always appreciate a no thank you because at least it's something. No problem at all. Period. Thank you for considering me, George. And thank you for considering me and listening to the submission. Have a wonderful evening, George. See, I appreciate that because at the end of the day, if they don't message me back, and like they get hundreds, thousands of auditions sometimes, but at the end of the day, if somebody goes like, yo, like, welcome. Really glad you checked it out. It always makes me feel good because that means at least somebody listened to it. And sometimes you like walk away from an audition being like, nobody even looked at it, did they? But this makes me feel a little bit better. Good, you're here. Thank the Exarch's gift. Our next course of action is now clear. Okay, so this is the blue spirit gear. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light, which, much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkan Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. I didn't mean to skip that. Shit! In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us to get to, Ixmaya? I can't remember how that was pronounced. Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove thyself an ally of the Ronkan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher such instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with the ancient Ronkan text and translations into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Sitia, quite close to Slitherborough, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of the Dark Worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I am afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. All right, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then, let us convene outside, to the west of Sliverbow, where the path diverges. What just happened? I love it when my antivirus is like, hey, we're gonna interrupt your whole shit to fuck up your shit. Alright. Let's work on this, and then I'll start hunting ether currents. But... Alright, hold on one second. I'm gonna be right back again. GT. Oh, God, my leg. Hold on. Out of curiosity. Well, that's not gonna work. Where's Evie at? Evie. 74, holy shit. Okay, so Evie's like me. Has very few jobs, like, leveled. Yeah, like, I have like, a couple leveled. But a lot of the ones that I have leveled start higher. So, like, for instance, Astro starts at level 30. Red Mage starts at level 50. Machinist starts at level 30. Samurai starts at level 50. So really the only ones I've leveled are Glad, Warrior, Dark Knight, and Black Mage. Those are the only ones I've actually leveled. To any, you know, degree. Hey, it's Jola. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Ah, dicks. There we go. I'm such a high level though, like, for this area. Now, to contrast that, okay, so Evie is also on the road to Endwalker. Is trying to finish Shadowbringers in time. The issue being, it's kind of a crapshoot because it depends on how long you spend, like, watching the cutscenes and all that shit. For instance, Evie said they need to do 18 MSQ quests a day to make it in time, which is doable, but it's not easy. Get out of here. So Evie, there apparently is a calculator out there that tells you, like, how much work you have to put in.
By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then? My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? Could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose on the nests, and we would have the opportunity to sneak into their encampment. God, I'm all stuffy! What a mischievous plan! I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Okay, so I'm going to use this thing that Evie sent me really quick. So what you do, apparently, is you go over here. And we figure out how many quests I have left. I'm on Stirring Up Trouble. So let's see. Stirring Up Trouble. FFXIV. What was that? I heard you, Discord. What are you doing? This is level 74. So if I'm at a level 74 mission, that's 114. Oh, I need to copy it. Docs. No, it's Sheets. Sheets. Google Sheets. Speaking of, I need to put in my... There we go. I need to put in my expenses. File, new, spreadsheet. I probably could be showing this, but there's doesn't seem to be anybody in chat who gives a shit right now, so so we're just going to grab all of this, Control C, and then we're going to Control V, and so I need to do 7 quests a day. So here, let's just put this in chat. 7.125 quests per day to get to Endwalker. Exclamation point. Which I think I've been doing.
All right. So let's hop back over there. Let's make sure that this is up. Nothing's happened while I was doing the calculation, so it's fine. Okay, up next, we gotta go collect some beehives. Let's go. So, theoretically, if I think I may stream every day up until Endwalker. Just to make sure I get everything I need. Are you serious? You little shit. I really need to learn how to do, take advantage of blood weapon optimally. I haven't gotten that down quite yet. Because blood weapon gives you points towards your blood gauge. But I really need to learn how to use it optimally, because really you want to use your you want to use blood weapon when your MP is low too. So you need to balance it. And since it's a fairly long cooldown, you gotta be careful. No! Fuck off! Thank you. Alright, beehive. Select. Smoke bomb that bitch. Bam! Aw, really? Now, in this case, I'm specifically not using any of my blood weapon abilities because I want to save them for the second mob, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. Okay, grab the bees. Get out of here. See? It shows right. There you go, friend. Ah, that frickin' bird. The god returned to Slitherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? I got some buzzy boys. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. You can do it, Argon. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nest. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Hey, I discovered a new location. Oh, come on. No. Shit. Oh, he should be able to do it then. I'm talking about Argon. So, he's in Stormblood right now. And, he's trying to figure out, how many quests he has to do to get to Endwalker. And Evie has to do like 13, so Argon's probably a similar number. God damn it. Fine. But I'm already in Shadowbringers, so I just have to knock out, enough, of the MSQ. I've only got a handful of quests I really have to... Jeez, this guy's slowing me like crazy. Get out of here. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Get out of here, you nasty, nasty boy. So I'm probably going to be streaming every day. Up there is the airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere! Help! Somebody help! We have to save the spiders! It sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it that any signs of struggle are concealed.
Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Y'shtola more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you both are ready. Why am I doing that? I don't know. I'm tired. I'm trying to keep myself awake, baby. Somebody new just joined the FC Discord. Welcome, 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 little friend. I've joked a few times that, like, my stream is literally just advertisement for the FC. That being said, it's not good advertisement because, like, I don't have a huge following base yet, but hopefully that will come in time. I bet if I were doing raid content on here, it would be more appealing. Because for some reason, raid content does so well on Twitch. And it might just be because of, like, the amount of coordination it takes sometimes to do a raid, but, like, it's hilarious how, like, everyone loves raid content. Hey, buddy. You don't see me. Ha ha! Hey, Y'shtola. The Womb? Great name. The Font of Seeing suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. I'm gonna have to get more water soon. I'm running out. Also, I already had my, like, evening snack. Because I eat dinner so early that my, my nighttime food is more of a snack than anything. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time. 'Twould behoove us to learn all that we can. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta go over here. Oh, we're using the targeting again. The murals appear to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne, attended by their subjects. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in victory. Oh, this is the Warriors of Light. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from the encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Yeah, these are the Warriors of Darkness that attacked the source. Damn.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place.
All right, let's go.
Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
So Ishtola can't see him either. And she can sense anything composed of ether. That's interesting. Well, I was expecting a fight, but I guess not. I believe I now have everything I need to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Umbra, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Runcan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Let us hurry to Slitherbow. The others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. We're going to cheat. So I think I'm going to do exactly as I said. I am going to run all of the ether current stuff on my own time. That being said, that doesn't mean I'm not going to pick up the ether current quests if they're available. Blah, 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 blah. Umbra, the guard told me you left with Master Matoya to the Woven Oath. No sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a long journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will soon be ready. Okay. Before I do that, since it appears to be like a mission right in here. Not in there. Since this blue quest seems to be like around here, I might as well at least work on it. I've been expecting you. No one else must hear of this, not yet. My dreams are plagued with visions of the future. Calamity is upon us, and each night I witness your impending doom. But hope is not yet lost, for the dreams speak to me of a savior in the form of a great serpent. who was revered as a god in the days of the Ronkan Empire, and I believe he yet lives in the Great Wood, waiting to be roused from its slumber. It has many names, many would call it Protector, some the Great Destroyer. The will of the wood demands I find this Great Serpent. It is our only hope of the. I just accidentally skipped over all of them. So this is where the two of you have been hiding. Now that you've gotten to know one another, what do you think? Sure. You believe him? Oh dear. I fear I've made a terrible mistake. Please don't tell me you two have communed with the will of the star or some nonsense. Valen, please, we are in the midst of a most important discussion. When you first began talks of these dreams and delusions, I held my peace, but I won't let you drag anyone else into this. Yes, Quinfoot, whatever you say. You've mocked me for the last time, Valen. I will summon the Great Serpent this very day. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to go save him. Quinfoot, wait! Where are you going? To meet with misfortune would likely bring him to his senses, but he's my friend. I can't have stand the thought of him, blah, blah, blah. Go look after him. I know I sound like really kind of shitty when I'm doing stuff like that, but I have a lot of work to do if I'm going to be able to finish. Where is that's over there. Let's just knock it out really quick. I'm not the best tank in the world, but like I have fun doing it, and I think that's most of what matters. Looking around for this crazy boy. Over there, I think I see him. Oh, sweet. It's not super long. Yeah. Watch as I ignore you. Ow. Ow. Enough, Quinfoot. Even you should recognize the danger of wandering off alone in these woods. He laughs. You really have gone mad, haven't you? Mock me all you like, Valen, but now you will bear witness to the truth with your own eyes. Behold, the divine protector of Ronka, the great serpent of legend. No, it can't be. It's a teeny tiny baby snake. It's a what the fuck? That's the Great Serpent. I see nothing great about that. What is it exactly? I refuse to believe that is a serpent. Please tell me you're joking. Don't be so jealous, Valen. The will of the woods works in mysterious ways, and this serpent is the key to our deliverance. He's like a little wormy boy. A little teeny tiny wormy boy. Cool. Okay, so that will continue that, but I do not have time for it right now because I need to do the MSQ. All right. Now we come over here. We pop a squat. We have Dindin. I actually have no idea how many I've done today. I should probably start keeping count. I think I've done more than 7 though today. Because a lot of them aren't super long.
Strange.
This is voiced. Nice.
The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer.
Time to go find them.
We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
They're super dead. You could have sent me to find them, but you let them die.
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
What the fuck? I just dropped a bunch of frames, but my kilobytes per second went up.